Y'all won't believe the latest drama surrounding Drake. He's stirring up a massive controversy.
Okay, what was like the line was trash, right? It was a line about like, I'm gonna make it ring on you like Virginia Williams. The line itself is trash. And to me, I felt like, wait a minute, what is the real issue with you in marriage? So then now I gotta dig deeper into who the person is. Now I gotta dig in and see, what are y'all like? What's your family like?
Yo, Lebron, you and Drake used to go on two mans, okay? You've been cheating on your goddamn wife. Drake used to facilitate the host, and basically, essentially, you can't dance to a song about him being a... He used to supply you with the...
Rap purists and people who just love confrontation, they love to say, hey man, there's no rules in this. There are rules in this. Of course. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's like, I knew something was gonna come up about my kid. They had to add like the deadbeat thing to make it more appealing, which is fine. I understand that. And even that, I was like, okay. The mom and dad thing, whatever. You don't even know my family.
Yeah. I think I will eventually. You asked me why haven't I gotten married? I just don't want her to watch this and then be like, oh, and then you know the truth?
I don't know.
I don't think I can offer somebody what they do. But we're all gonna need something real. Hopefully it's not too late. Honestly, I don't know if I'll, hopefully I'll find somebody.
Y'all won't believe the latest drama surrounding Drake. He's stirring up a massive controversy by dragging LeBron James's marriage into the spotlight, suggesting that LeBron's been unfaithful to his wife, Savannah. But here's where it gets even juicier. Pusha T just jumped into the conversation, reminding everyone about Drake's disturbing pattern of targeting happy families. Let's be honest, if you've been following Drake's behavior, you'll notice this absolutely shocking trend. He has this really unsettling habit of pulling other men's wives and girlfriends into his feuds. Think about it. He's done this with Pusha and Virginia, Kanye and Kim, Travis and Kylie, Kendrick and Whitney, and honestly, the list just keeps growing longer and longer. And now, he's set his sights on LeBron and Savannah. Now, while these cheating rumors about LeBron have been circulating for a while, what's really catching everyone's attention is Drake's almost obsessive need to destroy other people's relationships.
Even the part about the child, it's like, man, I'm just trying to get the listeners to understand. It's like, I think there's something wrong up here. You have a whole child. You speak to me in your rap.
And here's the kicker. This is coming from someone who's never managed to maintain a long-term relationship himself. Can you believe the audacity? Fans are finally calling Drake out, echoing what Pusha T told us years ago about Drake's bizarre fixation on tearing apart happy families. But the burning questions remain. What's really driving Drake to meddle in LeBron and Savannah's marriage? And what explosive details did Pusha T reveal about Drake's obsession with destroying relationships? Let's dive into this messy situation. Here's the tea on what really went down. LeBron and Drake used to be incredibly close, so close that Drake actually got LeBron's face tattooed on his arm. Can you imagine? But everything changed when the drama between Kendrick and Drake exploded. LeBron showed up at Kendrick's pop-up concert where Kendrick performed his scathing diss track AED aimed at Drake. Talk about picking sides. Drake, being Drake, saw this as the ultimate betrayal. And honey, he's not one to let things go quietly. On January 3rd, something major happened. Producer-conductor Williams dropped this bombshell video, now deleted of course, featuring Drake's freestyle called Fighting Irish. Now, if that title sounds familiar, it's because it's a direct shot at LeBron. It's the name of his high school basketball team at St. Vincent St. Mary in Akron, Ohio, the same school that Drake has tattooed on his arm with LeBron wearing that jersey. The irony is just too much. But wait, it gets even messier. Drake wasn't satisfied with just calling out LeBron for choosing Kendrick's side. No, he had to take it to a whole new level of petty by dredging up those old cheating rumors about LeBron and Savannah. Some leaked messages just surfaced where Drake name-dropped LeBron while ranting about his legal drama with Universal Music Group. And let me tell you, the way he did it was so calculated. In these screenshots, Drake compared his lawsuit to this wild scenario, writing, "It's like Nike accusing LeBron of cheating on Savannah." He went on saying, "I mean, Universal is like if Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron cheating on his wife. Everybody before me that tried the label was too eccentric, so they wrote them off as crazy, and they never had to pay for their sins and mistakes." But here's where it gets even more dramatic. Drake is basically accusing his own label, Universal Music Group, of playing dirty. He's claiming they funneled payments to radio stations to push Kendrick's diss track. And get this, he's even suggesting UMG might be involved in RICO crimes, specifically conspiring with Spotify to boost Kendrick's track. The audacity is just, I can't even. The most shocking part? Drake was UMG's golden child for his entire career until their fallout. I mean, UMG's CEO, Lucien Grange, literally bragged about giving Drake special treatment.
Stay scheming, Drake says. Tell Lucien I said, and I'm tearing holes in my budget.
Tell Lucien I said, I'm tearing holes in my budget.
Did Drake call you up after that and say, hey, I need more money for my project?
If ever Drake or whenever Drake calls up and says he needs more money for his project, I give it to him.
Now, about these LeBron cheating rumors. They've been floating around on celebrity gossip forums forever. But honey, there's never been any solid evidence. But here's what's really got everyone talking. It's not even about whether the rumors are true anymore. People are finally waking up to Drake's bizarre obsession with meddling in other people's relationships. The pattern is crystal clear. Whenever Drake has beef with someone, he immediately goes after their families or romantic partners. And what makes this so much more cringeworthy is that Drake himself can't seem to maintain a real relationship. Let me spill all the tea about his past attempts to wreck relationships. Just before this LeBron drama exploded, Drake tried multiple times to mess with Kendrick's relationship with Whitney, and when I tell you he went low, he went low. He actually hired a model for his OVO clothing brand who looks exactly like Whitney. Can you believe the pettiness? But that wasn't even the worst of it. On Pushers, Drake dropped this loaded reference about Whitney saying, "I be with some bodyguards like Whitney." And let me break down this shade. He's not just referencing Whitney Houston from The Bodyguard. He's taking a shot at Kendrick's Whitney, who appeared on that Mr. Morale album cover with Kendrick and his gun. The double meaning is just... Then on Family Matters, Drake took things to a whole new level, suggesting, and I can't even believe he went there, that Kendrick was putting his hands on Whitney and using his PR team to cover it up. As if that wasn't low enough, he then implied that Kendrick's friend Dave Free might be involved with one of Whitney's kids. He wrapped all this nastiness in lyrics like, "You a dog and you know it, you just play sweet, your baby mama captions always screaming, 'Save me.' And when you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense because she bigger than you?" Now here's the tea. Kendrick actually predicted all of this drama in his track Euphoria before Family Matters even dropped. He knew Drake would make up lies about his family because he completely misunderstood the Mr. Morale album. But let's play devil's advocate for a hot second. If Drake actually believed Kendrick was abusing Whitney, why on earth would he mock her with that lookalike model in his OVO collection? If she's really a victim, shouldn't he have left her completely out of it? It just doesn't add up.
And I spoke about that and took accountability for that. Now what I'm looking for my spirit to take accountability is the fact that it's people making rumors or thinking that you my wife and you're not saying nothing and you carrying it like that, that don't sit well with my spirit. You know, if I had a girlfriend from Chicago, her name was Renita, and then you was married to Rihanna, I wouldn't make no song called Riri. So when you're like, oh, I don't know where it come from, you too smart for that, bro. You know where that come from. Don't make no record with nothing that could be confused. Now, I told you, I didn't tell Pusha no information about your baby mama, nothing like that. That ain't come from me. But when you played that record for me in the studio that said, yo, we got some Kylies, we got some Kendalls, I told you, Travis is your man. Don't make no record. Travis is your man. Don't make no record like that. That man just had a baby with her. That's gonna be offensive. That's gonna be offensive to her. I hit Trav about the ecstasy record and made sure that we was all good, that we know we we family, right?
And honey, this isn't just a one-time thing. Remember how Drake spent years taunting Kanye about allegedly sleeping with Kim K while they were still married? The audacity.
Song Middle of the Ocean, Drake raps about Alexis. He says, sidebar Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo, it's like you coming for sushi. Get it? No boo, no boo. Anyways, apparently Serena and Drake dated in the past. It's not his first time rapping about her, but calling her husband a groupie? Damn. Also, Alexis Ohanian is very successful. He's best known as the co-founder and executive chairman of Reddit. He had a few replies on Twitter. Alexis says, it's cliche, but life changed when I became a husband and papa. It's made me 100 times better as a man and a businessman. In Serena Williams, I found a partner I knew I would never outgrow, who would always motivate me to be greater. He continues saying, the reason I stay winning is because I'm relentless about being the absolute best at whatever I do, including being the best groupie for my wife and daughter. Best response ever.
And let's not forget the Serena Williams saga. After beefing with her ex Common, Drake started taking these petty little jabs at Serena. But when she rejected him, oh, he really showed his true colors by calling her husband Alexis a groupie. Talk about not being able to handle rejection.
I have no desire to ever mend anything with that person. And yeah, that situation just went, it just went where it went, and it's just there's no turning back. It's not like those other situations. I'll say at that point, it wasn't even about battle rap or any of that. It was just the information was too shocking. It was, like I said, it was on his part, it was a genius chess move. He obviously has no, when it comes to me, he's not gonna have any morals or respect. So the other elements of the record, whether it be just the shit that he's making up about my mom and my dad and all this dumb shit, or obviously the part that hit me the most, which is wishing that my friend that has an illness dies, that shit to me is just not really wavy. I'm just not really with that. And when I did say, oh, there's rules to this, I didn't mean there's rules that anybody has to follow. But in battle rap, they just headshotted that guy the other day because he was on stage and he pulled out a picture of the guy's dead aunt and started rapping about, that type of shit. And it just is what it is. There's a point where you're gonna want to stop rapping. I'm sure I could say something about, your lovely lady or, a child or a family member, and you're just gonna want to not really rap anymore. Yeah, I mean, again, I wasn't all the details of his record are all just fabricated, so just to make it more interesting. The story's actually not really that interesting. The biggest part of it is that I have a son. But it wasn't oh, I'm hiding him, or he has a point. He can say, yo, you brought up my lady's name, oh, all bets are off the table. That's fine. Like I said, we all think differently, right?
The drama doesn't stop there. Remember when Drake used Nicki Minaj as a punchline while dissing Meek Mill? This is the same Drake who used to act all protective over Nicki. And let's not forget the iconic moment when he name-dropped Pusha's fiancée, Virginia, which completely backfired on him. Even after Pusha T humiliated him and exposed him for hiding his child, Drake just couldn't help himself. He went and called Kylie Jenner his side piece after she had a baby with Travis Scott. And just when you think Drake couldn't get any pettier, he threw shade at Bella Hadid in Family Matters, calling her a hoe after his beef with The Weeknd. I mean, the list of his relationship meddling just keeps growing and growing. Here's what's really got everyone talking. Drake's pushing 40, and he's never had a single normal long-term relationship. Sure, he's been linked to plenty of famous women, but nothing substantial ever sticks. The closest he ever got was with Rihanna, or at least that's what he wants us to believe. But let's spill the real tea. Rihanna never acknowledged Drake the way he acknowledged her. When she was done, she didn't even want to maintain a friendship. Now look at Rihanna. She's living her best life with A$AP Rocky, raising their beautiful children together. But Drake? He just can't let it go. On his 2023 album For All the Dogs, he actually had the nerve to claim Rihanna was average in the bedroom. This is the same man who spent years putting her on a pedestal. The audacity is just astronomical. But here's the most delicious part of the Rihanna saga. While Drake was out here proclaiming his undying love, she never even considered him boyfriend material. And it gets even better. In a 2018 Vogue interview, Rihanna straight up said, "We don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either. It is what it is." That was 7 years ago. And while Rihanna hasn't breathed a word about Drake since then, he's still throwing shade her way. On his Kendrick diss track, Family Matters, Drake came for both Rihanna and Rocky, bragging about hooking up with Rihanna first and mocking Rocky for being a family man. He rapped, "I ain't even know you rap still cause they only talk about your fit again. Probably going to have a kid again before you think of dropping any is again." Like, is he really trying to shame someone for prioritizing their family over their rap career? The projection is real. So, with Drake's history of shading women who've rejected him, his inability to maintain stable relationships, and all these accusations of questionable behavior, it's absolutely wild that he thinks he's doing something by hinting at LeBron cheating on Savannah. Fans are finally seeing what Pusha T tried to tell us. Drake's obsession with attacking marriages and families might stem from his own unresolved issues. And there you have it, the complete saga of Drake's relationship-wrecking spree. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about Drake going after LeBron and Savannah? Why is he so obsessed with messing up other people's relationships? Was Pusha right about Drake's marriage issues being connected to his parents' situation? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to check out our next video.